Okay, so there's a succession of 10 gurus, and maybe I don't need to go through each one, but know that our scripture is our guru, and we consider that as a spiritual teacher. The word guru literally means going from darkness to light. So it's something that gives us that knowledge, divine knowledge. The word sahib is another thing that is a respectful word. So sahib is also added to, it's like we say the Holy Bible, right? You can say the holy word, so it's like sahib. So this scripture is 1430 pages, and it has over almost 6,000 hymns in it. They're all musical, like you can play piano with it, you can play drum with it. They're set to a classical music tone. It's like the Indian classical music, and they are written in a rhythm. So that's why we feel that the scripture is very difficult to change. Some scriptures over centuries or get modified, the message gets convoluted. But in this scripture, because they're written to musical tones, and we feel it's not easy to change. And so far in Sikh community, even though there are certain little divisions, but everybody feels the commonality of this Holy Scripture, that it is a common. I know like in the Islamic faith, there are divisions, there are the Shiites and the Sunnis. And maybe in Christianity, there are various denominations. But I still feel that most of them feel the Bible is a uniting factor. The Bible is this. There may be the Old Testament, the New Testament. There may be certain different versions. But in the Guru Granth Sahib, we feel it's the same. It was written originally by our prophets, and that's what it is. It wasn't an afterthought. It was the time of the prophets that it was written. Not only the prophets, but we also feel it's more like an interfaith. Religion in Sikh faith, emphasis is not placed on organized religion. It's like when Guru Nanak was asked who is better, Hindu or Muslim, he says, the religion doesn't matter. It's the person. Deeds he does. That's the true religion. It's the actions and the belief of a person. Okay. So this is the first words that Guru Nanak uttered when he came out of that river after 3 days. He says, well, there is only one God, and His eternal truth is His name. He's the creator, He's without fear, He's without hate, immortal, without any form, beyond birth and death. He's the inviter, and He can be reached through the mercy and grace of the Guru, which is a teacher. So this is his definition of what this is the revelation that Guru Nanak had, what God essentially meant to him and what life was. And so Sikh faith is one of the faiths that believes in it's monotheistic. It believes in one God, one Creator, and we are all part of that. It's like there is an ocean, and we are all drops of that ocean. Okay, I just put some verses of our Holy Scripture translated here. So these are the writings from that scripture. The one who earns an honest living, gives to the underprivileged, he realizes the true path. It's like saying the poor shall inherit the kingdom of God. We got to take care of people who are less fortunate. We cannot be so devolved that we don't care for our fellow human beings. And the supreme religion of all religion is to remember God's name and perform serene and pious deeds. There are millions and millions of suns, planets, and all in the sky with millions upon millions of skies. Now, this is about 500 years ago. when there was less knowledge of all these astronomical and what is beyond. And there is also a way to say that there is human life only on this earth cannot be true. It's like saying there is a farm and you sow seeds and only one will grow. There are so many of these planets, there are so many universes, that there is got to be other life, other places. It's difficult to believe. We haven't, we're still searching, but we are such an insignificant part of the whole universe that, and we still fight about it, how can we comprehend the vastness of God and His creation and try to love each other? That was the real meaning that we, and around that time, people who said there were other planets or other universes, they were outcasted. They said, no, he's a madman. Just like Socrates, who it was, who said the earth was round, and people crucified him or something. So it's a very modern religion, and there is nothing in science that will conflict anything that is in our Holy Scripture. Even now, we believe even in the future, because it's such a transcending Scripture. Okay, some more quotes. Sikhs live a very basic life. They are told to live a basic life, not to go after materials and get diverged in extra luxuries. So he says, beautiful is the heart where Lord's praise is, and worthless is the place where Lord is forgotten. It's a palace, So you can have palaces, you can have, all these material, but if Lord is not in your heart, it's worthless. So purity of action. Of all the religions, this is the best. Of all religions, this is the best religion, to utter the holy name with adoration and to do good deeds. Of all rites, the holiest rite is to cleanse one's soul in the company of saints. Of all striving, the best striving to meditate on the name and praise it forever. Of all speeches, the ambrosial speech is to utter aloud, having hearkened to God's glory. Of all the shrines, the most sacred shrine, Nanak, is the heart in which the Lord dwells. So it's a story of love for what you do, and do it from the basic, do it from the heart, not from the mind. These are kind of quotes from the Holy Scripture. Now, the purpose of life is the communion with God, is to unite with God. Sikhs believe we are all like little droplets of water, the soul, which never dies. And eventually the purpose is to merge with the ocean, which is the Lord, which is the source of all this. So thou has acquired this human frame. This is thy opportunity to be one with God. All other labors are unprofitable. Seek the company of holy and glorify His name, and prepare to cross this terrible world ocean. The life is being wasted in attachment to the world's illusions. Because one day we all pass. This is all illusion. What we see, what we have, the land we have, one day it's a different owner. And somebody here was a real estate owner, a realtor too, and it passes from one to the other. It is never, it's never like mine or my or myself. It's an illusion, and we feel that, and that we should really have something higher purpose of life. That when we go peacefully and we are happy and we know where we are going. Some Sikhs say that you should learn to die while alive. You should be happy to go when you are still alive. You are comfortable because you know what is the truth. You know what it is all about, and it's a cycle that goes. Life is a cycle. And Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple, who was was one of the richest men. Somebody asked him, because he had his last few days, he says, well, how do you feel? And he says he's totally comfortable because it's a cycle. New life comes, there's a cycle. It goes like that. And yeah, one has to accept and go with that. So that's what Sikhs believe. It's all illusion, and life rotates, the soul transmigrates, it comes into different life forms. Sikhs believe in reincarnation. But we believe that human life is the one life, one time that you can escape this cycle of births and deaths. You can unite with the Lord by praying, by doing good deeds, by and prayer and the recitation of God's name takes you to that level that you are comfortable even when you are alive to die. Okay. Now there are 5 good things in life. 5 is a good number in Sikh faith. It's a very lucky number, and everything revolves around 5. So Sat is being truthful, to be honest, because that's what builds trust. If you're truthful, it builds trust. So Sat is a good quality. Santok is contentment. Whatever you have a little, you can be happy in that. You can have a lot and still not be happy. So contentment is the key to having a good, happy life. That's compassion. Compassion, you feel other people's pain. Treat thy neighbor as yourself. That's a golden rule that is even in the 10 Commandments. You should treat your neighbor as yourself. So you feel other people's pain. You want to do something to other people, feel that if that was being done to you. Compassion. Humility, to be humble, not to have too much pride to the extent that it is detrimental to other people. And love for God and His creation. To forgive and forget, to ask for forgiveness, to be sorry even, if you have done something wrong. Then, of course, the other side of the coin is there are things that are not so good. And rage or anger is one of the things that one should be careful, because it can lead to bad actions on other people. Greed is another one of the things that is shunned. Attachment, too much attachment is also bad. And ego, where there is everything is me and mine, that kind of behavior is also. And lust, desire and uncontrolled desire is also considered as one of the bad things. So these are the 5 that we consider as evils in our faith. Of course, everybody has them, even I have them. But how can we control? How can we be? Nobody is perfect. And that's another thing is to realize that we are all imperfect. We are always learning, and we are always striving to be better. But this is like a guide as a guidebook as to how to live a nice life, comfortable through this world, and perhaps it will help in the next as well. Okay, the Golden Temple, one of the holiest shrine, is like the Vatican to the Christians, and the Mecca to the Muslims, Jerusalem to the Jewish faith. So this is the holiest shrine. It is in India. It's built into a pool of water, but it is lower than the surrounding to indicate humanity. And it has 4 doors on either side that anybody could come there. It's not just built in for followers of the Sikh faith. It's built for anybody. Oh. This temple feeds about 100,000 people every day. It's one of the largest community kitchens in the world.
Is it open all the time?
It's open all the time.
And the prettiest.
Yes. And most most of the people that come there, maybe that's the only meal they will have all day. So it's for that purpose.
This is in what?
This is in Amritsar.
Amritsar.
Which is maybe 100 kilometers from Lahore. Lahore is now in Pakistan, and Amritsar is in India. This is the view from the. It's one of the most beautiful, 10 most beautiful places in the world. So if you ever go to India, you should visit it. You really feel the spirituality. As I would visit perhaps the Vatican or something, I will feel the same. You will feel the same. We call it the Golden Temple because it's covered in gold. Sikhs revere it so much that they keep it as the most beautiful place, and a lot of people would donate all their whatever worth to this place. There is a singing going on there 24 hours, and there is a community kitchen there 24 hours. Anybody can walk in and have a good meal.
Is that water surrounding?
That's water. That's a pool of water. It was built around 1620.
What are the different parts of the building I noticed?
Hmm?
What are the different parts of the
Okay. This is what we call parikrama. People kind of can walk around, and then there is the Akal Takht, which is here, which is the seat of political power, where decisions are made. The high priests, no priests, but the people, 5 people that are selected by the community. If there is any problem, they can take a decision. But this is a little higher, so they can actually see the Golden Temple or the spiritual center from there. So they always have, the idea was see spirituality before you make a decision. It should be doing good. It should not be to do a bad thing. So that you have God before you can make a decision. So that's the political power, that's the spiritual power. And these are small places around that where people can live, they can stay. And there is a langar hall, I believe, on one side, maybe this side, yeah. So that's where the community kitchen is, and
Have you been there?
I've been there at least 3 times. Yeah. Every time I go there, I just want to stay there in India, not anywhere else. Because that's the most beautiful place. It's nice, clean, and so spiritual that you don't want to come away.
It's very peaceful.
It's amazingly peaceful. Yeah, recently the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he visited that place, and he and his wife, and they participated in the cooking, because anybody can come and do what we call servicing, or take part in cooking, preparing food, and serving to others. And they,
Is your temple in Irving open all the time?
No, it's open from about 8 a.m. to about 9 p.m. It's closed.
7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Is there a particular day of the week that you have ceremonies?
Yes, we have the gathering is normally on Fridays from 7 to 9 in the evening, and then we have community food, and on Sundays from 11:30 to 1, then we have community. It is people of all walks of life come. There are people not only of Sikh faith but other faiths, and so they all come and sit together and share together. And anytime your group wants to come, join, you're welcome. You're most welcome to come there. Maybe one of these meetings you could even have there. But, okay. So you can see the Sikhs have turban, different kinds of turban, the kids, and mostly the Sikh men do it. Women are exempt. They can or they don't. But a lot of people in this country do confuse Sikhs for Muslims, which could be nothing further. You know the likes of ISIS you have these days, which are killing people and doing all those. I mean, they give the Muslim community a bad name. They are the extreme. And at that time, there were also people like that, and the Sikhs had a price on their heads because they would defend them forcibly converting other people to their faith. They said, no, let them believe what they want to believe. And so Sikhs became almost a barrier in India because they were on the border where these invaders came in, the Mughal invaders came in. So they became warriors, and they would go and fight those invaders because they would try to convert those people of other faiths to their faiths. They said, no, let everybody believe whatever they want to believe. And so the Sikhs had a price on their heads because those rulers, they said they wanted to finish all the Sikhs. And our ninth guru, he was beheaded in New Delhi because he wouldn't convert. Because somebody said, if you can convert their guru, then we will convert. But so he was captured and tortured and put in a cage, just like they do these days to some people. And he was put in a hot plate, so he would succumb to whatever they were saying, but he did not, and eventually he was beheaded. So he paid that ultimate sacrifice. And from that time, because he was beheaded, and nobody would come near and take his body to be buried, and give him a decent burial. So a lot of people ran away scared. But there was one person who took his head to his son, the Guru Gobind Singh, who became the 10th Guru. And so then the 10th Guru said, no, I want to make a Khalsa, I want to make a Sikh who is not scared, who is courageous, who has the courage to stand for. So he said, all my Sikhs are going to look distinct, like I stand before you. I look a little different, right? I have a turban, I don't shave my beard or cut my hair. And he gives certain symbols of faith, like this ring here. And he says, everybody would be able to recognize a Sikh. They will not be cowards no more. They will be warriors. They will, and anybody who is being persecuted can go to a Sikh and be sure he will get protection, he will get food. And so that's what the first baptism took place. And it's a story that kind of raises, it's a very harrowing story because he stood in and he invited all the followers. He said, come around, we want to, and he took out a sword. And he says, who among you will give his head for me? And people thought the Guru is gone mad, what's going on? He's asking for a head. And but eventually one person rose and he says, okay, I can give my head for you. And, so the Guru took that person to a tent that he had set up and took him there, and he came out with the sword dripping in blood again. And people really got scared. He says, wow, it's really happening. So a lot of people started going away. But eventually another person rose because he asked for another head. And another person rose, and so the Guru did the same thing to him again. And so there was a succession of 5 people that came forward like that. And then the Guru, he went back into the tent and he brought those 5 out. And he says, these are the people who had the guts. They were prepared to give their life. And now Khalsa would be like that. He would be courageous. They would not be afraid to give their life for their principles. And so those are the first 5 baptized Sikhs. And to this day, we consider that as the supreme authority in Sikh. Any community, the first, can make a decision on anything by choosing 5 baptized Sikhs and letting them make a decision.
Did the different colored turbans mean something?
Not really. The turban is just an article of dress. It's a piece of cloth which is about 3 yards long, and it can be, like I can match it to my dress. make it look pretty. If I'm wearing red shirt, maybe I can have red turban.
I know that the Gurdwara, and I think it was Milwaukee, was the victim of a terror attack
Yes, they were.
a few years ago. Have there been any other Gurdwaras that have had that experience around the country?
There have been a couple of gurdwaras, and there have been some people like in Phoenix, Arizona. There were a Sikh who had a gas station, and somebody came along and he thought he was a Muslim, and so he was shot and killed. And there have been other incidents, a couple of them in New York. So it's a mistaken identity, and Sikhs are trying to make people aware, hey, they are a different community. They have a value system which is as American as anything, and they fully participate in a democratic way of life, and they are respecting of every faith. Sikhs don't believe that it's not like holier than thou attitude. Sikhs believe all religions are good, provided they are followed from heart. They are good religions. And it's like I came here, I took a certain way, I-20, and then I came that way. I could have come another way, but the destination is the same. So that's what Sikhs believe, all faiths. To me, maybe my faith is better because I can read the language, I can read the scripture. It's like they give me guide and I feel comfortable. And the same way other people feel comfortable in their faith. And they should not change for any reason, or they should not be under duress to change. It's a personal thing. A journey to God is a personal thing. And if one believes that's the way of life they want, they should be. And who was it? I think it was Abraham Lincoln who said, I may not believe the way you believe, but I will defend to death your right to believe that. So we all have our own opinions, and we're all different. These 5 fingers aren't equal, but they're still the hand is the same. So,
Do you participate in politics?
in our own ways, some Sikhs have different opinion. They are very much for what you call keeping arms, because Sikhs have traditionally worn arms, and they are warriors, and they very much believe in the right to bear arms, to be able to defend. Now they do keep a small sword as a symbol of courage, but it's like we call it kirpan, which is a defensive weapon, not an offensive one. It's to defend not only yourself, but to defend people who are being persecuted as well, to stand beside that person.